Hey guys, today we have a box opening for Cardfight Vanguard Special Series 08 Clan Selection Plus Vol.2. And this is the second version, not the second version, the second half of the clans that were not covered in the Clan Selection Volume 1. And in this set, we have, let's take a look over here, Royal Paladin, Oracle Think Tank, Genesis, Kagero, Nubatama, Nova Grappler, Dimension Police, Spike Brothers, Pale Moon, Bermuda Triangle, Alcaforce, and Great Nature. Oof, that was quite the mouthful. So this is the last series, the last set for the V-Series. A little bittersweet, to be honest, but I am looking very much forward to the D-Series with Overdress. If you guys caught the premiere last week, for or the preview, yeah, it's a preview for Overdress. It was pretty good. It has sort of a similar to a mixture of original Vanguard and G to me, which I kind of liked, so I'm looking forward to it. But we're gonna talk more about Overdress in later videos, so for now let's just focus on what we have here. So we got two boxes. Let's go ahead and start with box number 1. This time I got my nails a little longer, so I can cut through it without the box opener. But I do need to give them a trim in a little bit. See? And I almost forgot my scissors. Because, you know, wanna not make too much noise. Advertisement for Vanguard 0. And so like in the previous set, you are guaranteed one of every card in the set, within this set. I'm surprised I didn't do like how Buddy Ragnarok did it for Buddy Fight, where you just get it in one, like two giant clumps. And I messed up. Need some practice on that. But while I'm cutting off the top of my packs, hopefully not damaging any of them, because that would be very bad. Let's just go over what I'm hoping for the set. So in this set, I am hoping to play Nova Grapplers, of course, because I do love Nova Grapplers, in case you guys did not know. But I'm not really hoping to pull any SP Nova Grapplers, to be honest. The one that I actually hope to pull is like SP Ashley. Now the reason for that is not because I want it for myself. It's actually because back in the OG Vanguard days when Dual Knights first came out, Manager San actually really loves playing Royal Paladins, and he's also a big Korin fan as well. I think he's actually a big Suzuko Mimori fan in general. But anyway, back in the days when the original Vanguard series came out, and there was an episode of season 3 where Korin actually searches her deck, and she had to be very extra and lay out her entire deck on her arm. And Manager-san, in case you guys didn't know, is very detail oriented, so he of course had to take on that challenge, and he tried to he didn't try, he actually did it, replicate it to the best of his abilities, 1 for 1 of that scene. And it's been a long time actually. I think like, when did it come out? A long time ago. But if I find that image, I guess I'll post it up as well in the video. For me personally though, like I mentioned before, I want to play with Ethics Buster because I like a reprint. A very good reprint. A very good reprint that. Because I like playing Nova Grapplers, and if you guys saw one of my posts earlier, I think it was like a long while ago actually, when BT11 came out, I posted up my deck list for Nova Grapplers as maxed out. That was quite the challenge, because I had to locate all the SPs at a good price. But luckily, due to one of my local vendors, I guess a quick shout out to KCTCG, they were really able to hook it up for a pretty decent price. Look, Ashley, but not SP. Unfortunate. But yeah, they were able to hook it up with a pretty good price. So if you guys see their posts online, I do recommend give them a quick peek. Ooh, grade 2 Zeal. Did I pull the Zeal already? Aramog reprint, Braki reprint. But as V-Series is coming to an end, I'd like to reflect a little bit on the V-Series. I think the market mechanic, ethics buzzer. I think the market mechanic was pretty good. Unfortunately, it didn't really sit well with some people. And they're free to have their own opinions. Personally, I thought it was pretty fun having extra cards, or like different cards. Oh, there's Zeal. In the set, not in the set, in the game, that did more than just what typically Vanguard did. Because I think another buddy of mine, he entered a tournament where it's only like classic Vanguard and had a ban list and everything. But he reported that after playing like classic Vanguard, it was actually pretty dull. So I think the markers were a very refreshing change. With Overdress, I'm glad that they're keeping the orders that got introduced late into the V-Series, and I messed up this cut, so I'm gonna rip it open. Boop. Looks like a candy bar. Grade 1 Zeal. Grade 2 Deadly Lucifer, Platinum Mace, Stetsa, Coral Assault, and Marlin. So yeah, I am looking forward to the new stuff. Good to see some of these cards as well. For example, I remember Dauntless Drive Dragon. When he first came out, he was like really crazy. And the price for him was really high, so to speak. But another thing about Magicon is he is really good at gacha games. And by good, I mean he gets what he wants without spending any money. So naturally we had him open our boxes, and I think we opened about a case worth of, I think it was BT11 that it came out. And out of that case of 16 boxes back then, I think we pulled like 10 of them. Which is really nice. So anyway, I didn't get any SPs for the last box. Hopefully I get one in this box. But if we don't, then yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I'm a little sad to see V-Series go. I know, like, again, like I think I mentioned it multiple times that people didn't really like the V-Series. I thought it was pretty refreshing. Some retrains from old cards. Got a second time to shine in the spotlight. I know some of the cards in the original game that weren't that good, like No Life King, got like really massive power boosts in the V-Series, so it became very popular. But it's also very good for in premium as well. I think it's still good. And Bushro did announce their Spring Fest recently, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna try to play. I think for my area, oh, it's weird. I think for my area, it's announced for June 5th. That's gonna have Vanguard in it. Well, I think the other one had it too, like the week before. I'm getting my schedules mixed up. But anyway, yeah. So in June, they're still gonna have their Spring Fest online. I'm gonna try to play. I'm gonna try to keep my schedule open, but I'm a little busy these days. But I'm gonna try. So I hope to play some of you guys there. And I might be playing one of these decks. I'm not sure yet. I might just bring Rosalia. Let's see. Nope, I don't think I got an SP in that set. I mean, in this box. Another funny thing is, it's a good thing that they were printing the Sentinels. I have a Nightmare Doll deck. I have a Nightmare Doll deck that actually didn't have the correct Sentinels. It's mainly because I wasn't paying attention. And I didn't realize I was using March Hare as a sentinel for that deck until I was actually playing with it, like, how come this card looks weird? And then looked down on it and I was like, wait, this is a... I thought I got an SP for a second. Looked down, I realized it was a Darky regular sentinel. I'm like, oh, whoops. Whoopsies. I always get those two mixed up. So now, not only do I get to update my Nightmare Doll deck, I also have the right sentinels. Get the Hamskate line. Get more Hamskates. Alright, final 4 packs for the V-Series. Let's see if I get anything good. Nope, not for this pack. I do like how some of the promo cards that get released in the V-Series, I mean that we really need it in the English meta, gets released in these clan selection packs. But I'm a little sad that not all the important ones from Japan gets immigrated here too. Oh, and we do get an SP. SP, Evil Stealth Dragon, Tasogare Hanzo, I think that's how I pronounce it. Tasogare. Hand, at the beginning of your opponent's turn, if your Vanguard is Evil Stealth Dragon Akatsuki Hanzo, discard 2 cards from your hand and write this card as rest, and all of your rear guards gain shield plus 10,000 until the end of turn. At the end of the battle write a Evil Stealth Dragon Akatsuki Hanzo from your soul as rest. So when your Vanguard with Hanzo, its card name attacks, retire a grade 0. Call this card to rear guard circle until the end of the turn. This unit gains 20,000 power. And can attack from the back row. Okay, pretty nice. At the end of the turn, put this unit into your soul. If you put into your soul, call an evil decoy token. Oh, that's not bad. Not too bad. It's also the first time, like, I know one of the comments about Nubatama is they never get like any upgraded support every time Nubatama gets something. Like support in the set. Then it's a completely new boss card, but good to see that at least in the last set, for now, Nubatama got an upgrade to the boss instead. And I don't know why it says like, it's the end of the V-Series, where we did get an announcement that there's gonna be more V-Series support coming out in the summer. But yeah, last pack for now for the V-Series. Is it gonna be an ASR? Who knows? Let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, just Bermuda Triangle. Oh, and unfortunately no ASR, but we did get an SP. Not too bad. Thank you very much, Clan Selection, for maintaining our streak of getting good cards in Box Openings for Vanguard at least. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to a quick little summary, I suppose. Okay guys, so we're just gonna go ahead and move on to our little review. So this time we only got one SP, just like in the Clan Selection Volume 1 set. And this time we got Evil Stealth Dragon, Tasogare Hanzo. Much shiny, much evil tokens. Very cool. Its bonus attack is for a Protect Clan. That's pretty scary. But we're also going to move on to some review, and then we're going to start with Dauntless Drive Dragon. So the reason why I'm bringing him up is because a lot of people probably remembered, I'm pretty sure Bushiro remembers the power of Dauntless Dote when it came out. But that's not the case for this time. They actually really went out of their way to make Dauntless not mesh well with any Overlord sets, Overlord decks. Because for one thing, if you try to put it with the end requires you to, well, if the end forces you to use one of its abilities, so you're forced to use one or the other. Dauntless Drive Dragon requires you to have 4 more cards in your hand, while Dote requires you to have 3 or less. So that means you can't really mesh it with Dauntless Drive. And also, if you try to put it with the X, then it also doesn't work, because the X also forces your, well, not forces, the mix so that your hand is always regarded as 0 when checking for abilities, so you can't really use it for Dauntless. unfortunately. So it can be its standalone deck, but I do recommend running it with Soen or Dragon Blade Master in general, so you can have a re-standing Blade Master at least. Next up we have Blue Waves Marshal, Valeos. So Valeos, he maintains his original on-stride ability, where your opponent can't gain any power through drive checks, which is pretty good. Of course, because that means your opponent can't hope on a damage trigger to increase their power, making it easier for them to guard. Its second ability though is pretty interesting. Well, second and third ability is actually mini versions of Megiddo's ability, the Zeroth Dragon that he used in the anime. You remove all your markers, and then you call 5 rear guards, and for your drop zone to rear guard. And then once they attack, your opponent, you can swap 2 positions of your rear guards. So that means if you attack from the front row, you swap with the back row and keep on attacking, which is also really nice. If you need power boosters from your attack though, you can also stack it on cards that can restand so that they can just keep constantly attacking your opponent's Vanguard. And if your opponent's at like 4 or something, you don't have to worry about damage triggers to ruin it, because they can't gain power anyway. So this card is pretty good as a finisher as well. Next up, Battle Sister Fromage. So I'm pretty sure there's a decent amount of Battle Sisters in the game now, I think. I mean, I think that there should be enough to make a deck around them. And so during your turn, when your opponent is Vanguard's grade 3, all your Battle Sisters gain 5k, so that buffs up to be pretty good. And then when you place, you just Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, and draw a card, and if your Vanguard is Battle Sister, you draw another card. So you ride her as your Vanguard, you're probably gonna draw 2 cards. But if you're running it in, let's say, I don't know, you're running it in an Amaterasu deck or Tsukuyomi deck, when you play onto Rearguard Circle, because your Vanguard is like Amaterasu or Tsukuyomi, you don't get that extra draw. And the important one though is his Vanguard ability to discard a card in your hand, and look at the same amount of cards from the top of your deck as the Battle Sisters, in their different names, and then you get to put them in the bottom or top for that many cards. Well, not for that many. You have to put them in the top or bottom of your deck in any order, which is really good, because that means you get to control what you drive track. A very powerful skill for Battle Sisters and Oracle Think Tank that kind of relies with your, how do you say? Basically, it's kind of, I lost my train of thought for a little bit. But basically, manipulating your triggers is very important in Vanguard, especially in the V-Series. So that's really good. And I think it's actually one of the more popular decks being played in Japan right now. Next up, we got the Pure Heart Jewel Knight Ashley. This card is actually pretty good because not only can it be its own deck, it's also a really good support grade 3 if you don't know what to put in your as your secondary Vanguard for your deck. So for example, sorry, for those who don't know what it does, on Vanguard or Rearguard Circle at the end of the battle, attack Soul Blast 2 and start your deck for up to 1 grade 2 or less card with Jewel Knight in its card name, so you can call herself to Rearguard Circle and shuffle your deck. If it's on Vanguard Circle, you call it 2 instead, which is really good. So you have to thin out your deck a little bit. And then auto Vanguard Rearguard. When your other unit is placed on this unit's circle, Counter Blast 1, and that placed unit gains critical +1 until the end of turn. So let's go with the Vanguard first. So when you ride on top of it, whatever it gets gains critical +1. It doesn't change its original critical, so that means it gets the +1. So you're playing something like, let's say, Sanctuary Guard Dragon. Even though its critical becomes 2, its original critical becomes 2 because of its own ability, he still gains the critical from Ashley. So that means you're swinging with a restanding Vanguard with 3 critical, which is really deadly. It also adds critical to MOB if you're playing with an MOB deck. And not only that, it also counts on the Rearguard Circle. So if you swing with Ashley and use her ability and call something on top of her, that new unit gains critical as well. Or if you just play an Ashley down and you play another Rearguard down, that also works as well. And then one more card to look at with we'll do two hands is actually Flourishing Knight Edith. So for those who don't know, I also love playing Altmile, and this is actually one of Altmile's key cards that finally come into English. So when placed, Soul Blast 1, look at top 7 and call it Altmile. Into the same column as it, and at the end of the battle it boosted a grade 3 rearguard. Put that boosted rearguard into your soul and return this card to hand. So the importance is that you can ride into Arrow Knight Altmile first. Hopefully if you have another Altmile in hand, or you can get one off of her ability, you can shove it into soul or after it boosts, so that it's live first ride, which is really good. I'm not sure how good Altmile is in the meta right now, but it's actually certainly not dead in the water at least. But yeah, that was our box opening for Clan Selection Volume. Clan Selection. Where's that box? Clan Selection Plus Volume 2. I apologize. For that. The last set in the current V-Series. More support coming in the summer for Japan at least. And yeah, I'm gonna really miss it, to be honest. But I am looking forward to Overdress, and I like how in Springfest, if I recall correctly, you can play both Overdress cards in one tournament, and you still have the V Standard or V Premium in another tournament. Hopefully I get to play both of them, and if my schedule allows, Premium. But yeah, hope to see you guys there. But with that being said, thank you guys very much for watching. If you like what you saw today, feel free to like and subscribe for more videos, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter for our latest updates, as well as follow us on Twitch to watch us play some Vanguard Zero every so often. Maybe every week or two, but we try to do it consistently. But yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in Overdress. Bye bye for now.